but it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. People are fine with it. I don't like, dude, look at him. He demolished. Lights are gone. It's fine. Look at him. He's drunk. It's okay. These things happen. Move on. Dude, look at him. Dude, he demolished the Babri Masjid. It's fine. Look at him. He's Hindu. It's okay. These things happen. I had a friend, who was a Hindu. Yeah. He used to drink a lot. He's dead now. Forgot his name. But I've noticed that, like, we as a society, don't really have a problem with drinking. Unlike smoking, which is weird, because drinking has its own share of problems. Heart disease, liver damage, memory loss. Imagine memory loss. The problem is, I'll tell you what the problem is. There's a lot of fear and shame attached to smoking. Like, if you're having a smoke, no one's happy in your family. Everyone has a problem if you're having a smoke. Or if you're having a girl child. No one's happy. Everyone has a problem. They want to kill the habit at the earliest possible stage. If you're having a smoke. Not with drinking. People are proud of drinking. It's like having a boy child. Right? Having a drink, it's like they want to show it off. Right? Like it's like a proof of your manliness. How many can you have? Drinks. Not boy child. I had a friend, who was a boy child. Yeah. Used to drink a lot. He's dead now. Forgot his name. But I've noticed something. I feel like, we as a society don't really have a problem with drinking, unlike smoking, which is, what's the word? Weird. I feel it's weird. Because I don't know, I feel like drinking has its own share of problems. You have heart disease, liver damage, memory loss. Imagine memory loss. The problem is, I'll tell you what the problem is. Smoking, people who smoke, I feel they have a lot of energy. That's very quick, whatever the smokers do. Everything is quick. They're like rabbits. But they have no sense of direction. People who smoke. They'll lose a race to a turtle. These people, they're like rabbits, right? People who smoke. Like if you go out on the street also, if you see a smoker, they always have like long ears. Have you noticed? People, they are like rabbits, they have long ears. People who smoke, they're always like covered in fur. Smokers. Yeah, have you noticed that? If you go out, trust me, you see a smoker, he's like always covered in fur, he's just jumping around like this. People who smoke, yeah, they're like rabbits, dude. People who smoke. They have long teeth coming out. People who smoke, yeah, they're like rabbits. Not with drinking. Drunk people are different. Drunk people are like crows, right? Right? If you go to a pub or a lounge or bar or whatever, you'll see a drunk guy. How does he look? He looks like a crow, right? They never have hands, drunk people. Right? Where are your hands, drunk people? They all, have you noticed this? Drunk people, no hands, only a beak. Right? Drunk people, they'll use the beak, they'll pick up the ice cube, put it in a glass, pick up the ice cube, put it in a glass, pick up the ice cube, put it in a glass. The drink will rise. On the rocks, And that's how you know someone's drunk, right? They make that crow sound. Someone's like, sir, would you like one more drink? Ah! Like, okay. You've had too much, sir. Please, leave. I had a friend, was a crow. Yeah, he used to drink a lot. Thirsty crow, His name now. Forgot his death. But I've problem that, we as a notice don't really have a society with our drinks. Unsmoke liking. Which is weird, I feel, because, see, sharing has its own drinks with problems. Heart liver. disease damage. Thank you so much. That's the end of my time. You guys have been a wonderful. Rohan Desai. My name is Audience.
Thank you, everybody. Oh my goodness. So I did a weird thing last year. It was not telling everyone I was a woman. That was the year before. Gotta find a new one every year. It's like a resolution, right? Keep it snappy, keep it fresh, keep alienating your friends. Let's go. No, last year I discarded my previously frozen reproductive material. Sperm, guys, I melted my sperm. Just making that clear, because that's a fluid my body used to produce, and can you tell how comfortable I am with this subject matter right now? Okay. Well, we're gonna get through it. I had frozen my sperm because I was about to start hormone replacement therapy, and estrogen and a high sperm count are a little bit like business school on empathy. Like they don't go together. And it was my parents' idea, actually, which was odd. That was, like, I think the first time two atheist parents have ever encouraged their 21-year-old to reproduce. It was like, oh, interesting move from you two. Is this like a spite move or something? Like, you're just like, oh no, it's gonna be your turn one day. You try raising you, see how well that shit goes. We did our best! I have very kind and supportive parents, though, and they were very sweet about it. They said, like, look, thank you. They said, look, like, don't worry, we'll pay for it. We want that option to be available to you if you go that way in the future. And at the time, I wanted kids much less than I do now. Now I'm pretty open to the idea, but, like, you don't just give your kids your genetics, you give them, you. And none of who I am now or what I've experienced is in that frozen stuff. So I feel like making a kid with that would just be like if your brother knocked up your girlfriend. You'd be like, it's kind of me, I guess. Which is not a great foundation for a relationship with a child, No good parenting ever happened on a technicality. But I didn't know I was going to end up feeling that way at the time, so I went for it. I said, sure. Made an appointment with the fertility clinic, and the result was one of the strangest mornings of my entire life. Because I walked in, and you picture a sperm donation center, you picture just like the worst place, right? Like it is a literal palace of cum, so you expect the interior to match, just like someone blew up an egg carton or something. I don't know. Into the nicest room I have ever seen in my life. It was like floor-to-ceiling windows, bamboo paneling, the whole 9 yards. It looked like where Google employees take naps. Like you could have opened a high-end dispensary in there tomorrow and nobody would have been able to know the difference. That was the vibe in there. So I sat down, and it was just me in the lobby with 3 politely concerned older married couples. And just like, what are you doing in here? I was like, I'm not getting into it right now. That didn't last long, though, because a nurse called my name, led me down a hallway to what, unlike the lobby, was the saddest room I've ever seen in my life. It was completely empty, except for 2 things. First, just a visibly traumatized chair. And a mirror! A mirror, you guys! Why with the mirror? Like, is that just a kink thing for some people, or is that just additional punishment as part of the process? Like, you look up in the middle of the mirror, it's like, that's right, you're still here. This is where your life has led you. Enjoy. And then the nurse handed me an iPad with a screen protector, an important detail, and a little vial in which to, deposit. And when she handed me the vial, she said, make sure not to get any on the sides, as if what the situation called for was more pressure. It's like, thank you, note taken, I'm gonna go die now, thank you. I sat down in the sad chair and opened the iPad, and when I did, something miraculous happened, because the iPad opened to like the browser history, and you guys, none of the people who had been in there before me bothered to clear the search history on this thing. So the 15 minutes I spent in that room, you better believe I spent 12 of them just looking at what these idiots whacked off to. I learned so much. Noticed some trends. First off, a lot of MILF stuff makes sense. Aspirational, right? Trying to make your lady an M, get some MILF in there too while you're at it. Why not? There's also a lot of cream pie stuff, which I like to think wasn't even sexual for them. They were just like watching that to get psyched beforehand. It's like, oh yeah, that looks good, looks potent, nice high count, good load. I'd like to have one of those one day. That's the stuff. And like in telling you all of this, I don't want to be like unnecessarily crass or anything. That's not the point. I just want you all to understand that this is something I, a human woman, had to experience. So like a while passed and the nurse knocked on the door. I was like, hey, everything going okay in there? I was like, oh, I'm having a great time. This is incredible. Learning so much. Teen stuff again. You're about to become a dad. Stop that. But I took the hint. I wrapped things up. I deposited. Then cleared the search history because I'm a goddamn professional. Vial in tow, and handed it back to the nurse. And I swear to God, she took it and held it up to the light and swirled it like a jizz sommelier. This is real, this happened. And then she looked back at me and went, good job. Which frankly at that point I kind of needed to hear. I was like, thank you, it's been a rough morning. I really appreciate the support. So that was a time. And then I walked out of there, and a year later called them and told them to dump that shit in an incinerator, and I've never felt more like a woman in my entire life.
Who invented politically correctness? I think it was probably a black lesbian midget. Okay? Now, midgets get fun. Don't call me a fucking midget. I would say that. Who said that? Midgets are little people, but they're not little people. You mustn't call. But now I know lots of midgets. In fact, I don't hate midgets. No, no, I don't at all. Really? Actually, I do. I hate anyone whose cock goes past their knee. Relax, Colonel, you're fine. I remember there was a great midget, if you like, little fella. They call themselves little guys. And when you do these pantomimes, they're dirty little fuckers. They all try and shag the dancers. Yeah, fucking have a look at that. Because with their trousers off, they look like the fucking Isle of Man stamp. I'm saying. I mean, it won't you black guys. What the fuck is that? Do you know what, actually? Is it true there's some black guys in this battalion? I want to know if it's true that you have bigger penises than white boys. Because I had a black mate, actually, he was from Africa, and he said, this is what you have to do if you've got a small white penis. First of all, look at this. Fucking could have landed a Harrier on it. If the crabs could have found it in the dark. How the Navy would have found it, you see, INS. Blue Fox radar straight on the end of that dick, but bang, instant takeoff. This is what you have to do. He said if you have a penis, this man here who does the ejaculation training, what's it called this, doing PE. When you're doing the PE. He said what you got to do is weightlifting. You got to do some weightlifting with it. Weightlifting with the cock, yes, get a house brick and tie the string round it and round the bell end. And then squat like this with it. So I did it for 2 weeks. Fucking murder. He said, how is it going? I said, well, I think it started to work because it's gone black. Racist! Right. For those of you watching this DVD at home, we're now not in the wonderful Afghanistan or Iraq, where most of the guys here have been doing a job for all you fat fuckers sitting at home on the sofa. This is Cyprus, and you wouldn't get fat here. Oh, fucking hell. I ain't had anything that ain't had a fucking skewer through it in a week. I swear to God, and I read a sign here that Apollo, right, who was the boss of the gods, or 2IC at least, used to live here. He must have had guts like a fucking billy goat. Shit, I am fucking it. I thought you'd get a... Where can you not get a kebab in the world? Limassol. Every other fucking thing. I love a fucking kebab. It's tradition, isn't it? What does a soldier want to do in life, okay? Apart from the job for king and country, for mates, battalion, platoon, for the colonel. Look at him. Celebrating he's just had that bolt out of his neck. And... Don't nod, sir. I'll pass it back. No. What's the fucking squad he want, right? A good pint, a good fuck, and a good fight. Yeah? We'll just take Naomi Campbell out. Don't have to fucking visit anybody else there. But it's always tradition to drink more than you actually want. He'll tell you, Mr. Fitness Man there, he'll tell you, OK, they know where they say it's the 2-can rule. You can get pissed on 2 cans if you save all your 2 cans up. Bakshi 2 cans. Yeah, but it's the drinks you... Fucking beastie fly, man. It's the drinks you drink when you're pissed that make you bad, isn't it? When you wake up with that horrible, gopping, fucking... Then you drink the tin of beer that's left next to your bed with a fag stubbed out of it and you think... I don't know, I think I'll have another one now, worry about that. Sailors make me laugh. Sailors are the best. You know the old fucking Matlows? Have you ever seen them in Portsmouth? Absolutely shit-faced. Or anywhere around the world where there's a ship, there's the old fucking sailor like that, ain't he? Old Jack walking along, totally shit-faced with a fucking sailor's compass. The kebab. Taking him under. I went last night, I couldn't find a kebab at all, and so I was acclimatising myself, ready to face you lot. And we went for a Japanese meal, right, in a restaurant in Limassol with all these Greek people there, okay? And I love Greek Cypriots, I think they're wonderful people, but what the fuck, how do they live on the fucking shit they make us eat? So we thought we'd go in a Jap restaurant. Not one fucking slope in sight. You'd think they'd get a couple when you advert. One fucking slope needed, just stand there, hello! And Limassol's great, isn't it? Fucking twinned with Caister-on-Sea. It just amazes me when you walk along the seafront at Limassol and you see wonderful... There's some fucking great birds, aren't there? Oof, beautiful. And I think Greek Cypriot women, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Scandinavians, beautiful. From Belarus, from Poland. Where are you from? I am from Hungary. Would you like to lick my pussy? A standing dick has no conscience, is he? And fucking Mr. Littlehead starts to rule Mr. Bighead. All right, love, did you get me anything in Cyprus? I fucking think I have. Everybody seems wonderful, don't they? They're all nice until you... Even them fucking Greek blokes going past on the bikes. You think, fucking fall off and fucking burn to death. You do, don't you? You wouldn't wish that on anyone. I've learnt to speak a bit of Greek. To say thank you, you say half a garage door. Right? Say it, right. What? Come on, children. I don't think I'm going to do it. Tell them. Get the adjutant to tell him not to take the fucking piss anymore. Yeah. I'm not. I am fucking... Look, I've led this battalion in Afghanistan and Iraq. I'm not going to fucking say half a fucking garage door. No matter how much fucking vodka he's gave me before the show. So, right, half a garage door. Half a garage door. That is thank you in fucking Greek. Say it quick. Half a garage door. Quicker. Half a garage door. Have a garage door. And when someone says to you, half a garage door, oh, half a garage door, you have to say a lot of paratroopers. No, not paratroopers. You say... Paragalo. garage door. Parrot galore. Wanna fucking keep it? I think there's some of the women walking along this seafront of Britain, and then you can hear the fucking Brits from a mile away, can't you? Vindaloo, Vindaloo. Fucking all the foreigners all bomb bursting everywhere, right? We're not ready to be part of fucking Europe. You Welsh are only just about part of fucking Great Britain. I mean, be fair. Oh, yeah. I always dig it out about you Welsh. You say, oh, racist. I say, what? I don't like the Welsh. Well, no, that's not racism. They're not a race. You fucking go to Cardiff on a Friday night and tell them that. Oh, no, I don't think I'll fucking bother. I think you can tell the Brits, can't you? Fucking tattoos all spelt wrong, where they've been doing it with an Indian ink on a fork. If I put my blood group up there, will it look like I'm in the SAS? No, you'll look a prick. It's just a big, fat fuckers in flip-flops and big fucking bellies and tattoos. I fucking hate that. And the blokes. There is some ugly fucking British birds, be fair. They are the ugliest fucking race on God's earth. And I saw some on that... what was that?
You married one.
Are you married one? I married 4 of the fuckers. I bet that Paul McCartney won't get married again if he worked out all the fucking money he spent. I said to him, would you go down on one knee again? He said, it's best we call her fucking Heather, I think. No, I'm just saying that. Do you know what? Will you see the news? That there is a class of people in Britain that are not working class, like probably most of us are. You probably joined the army to get out of the fucking shitty life that you had. I told jokes. I had to do the same. It's horses for courses. We're all bettering ourselves by what we're doing. And you're making the country better, and I'm taking the piss out of you for doing it. Anyway, there's now a set of people lower than working class, and that you can't quite put your finger on it, but ugly... They're who? Yeah, crabs, RAF, Snowdrop, military police, or... ugly fucking rejects that go on that Jeremy Kyle show. Wait till you go home and see them. I don't know how he finds these fucking people. They all come from up north, don't they? You see them on the telly. There's one bird that fucking looked like Bernard Manning in a frock. I swear to God, Stevie Wonder wouldn't fuck her. And she has got 7 kids. 7 kids. 7, but 7 different husbands. 7 different men. Oh, fuck that ugly cow. We ought to get them blokes. Now fucking turn it in, because if you shag them, all the fucking birds will eat pies and fucking crisps and get fucked, and then we're all fucked. You're letting the side down. RSM, get out and find these pencil-neck motherfuckers. And they're all pencil-neck little, these big, fat fucking women sitting on this Jeremy Kyle. Well, I don't know, because he made love to my sister. There's this fucking little bloke like that smoking his roll up. Where do they find these motherfuckers? When you go abroad, you notice that different. I find that the Greek Cypriot women, this is just me, are much better looking than the Turkish Cypriot women. I find that. For the people that are watching the do the chips. It's better. And I find them better looking than Greek mainland women. I've been there, Thessalonica, on the way up to Macedonia all those years ago. Couple of fucking wars and not. Anyone see me there? I've seen you guys all over the fucking place. Sappers. Yeah, they are. They've got fucking big hooters in Greece. And I'm not just saying that. That sounds rude. And you shouldn't generalise. But I went with this fucking bird. I swear to God, she could have smoked a fucking fag in the shower and not got it wet. And they all got a complexion like they've been bobbing for chips, or like they've been taught to eat with a fucking fork. Listen, here, much nicer. Turkish women, I don't know. They come up to you and they say, Lord, I've got a pretty sister. I fucking doubt that, mate. Look, I don't mind hairy women. I prefer them to the baldy ones. You young fellas, I've seen this in these books like Nuts and fuck knows what. The girls you like, the old Jack and Danny smooth. Fuck that. Oh, who likes shaven? Hands up, shaven. Jesus Christ. hairy. Family. I like one that fucking starts under their chin and then down. I do. I like one you got to take a Gurkha with you. This way, boss. Oh, the pig bit. What about you black guys? Because black women's Jack and Daniels, fuck that. It's a bit scratchy round the old fucking chin, innit? Do your nails and it. Racist? No, I don't like bald ones. Do you seriously like them baldy ones? Yeah. 7.62 exit wound. Fuck it. Now, the bald ones, you can see all the flaps and all the fucking bits. No wonder we're no fucking good. I just lick the lot. I lick everything. I don't know what to do. There's fucking things like this. I swear to God, if it's an Airfix kit, you'd never fucking make it. You've been months on the motherfucker. I like them areas. I like a fanny like a stab wound in a gorilla's back. Same smell and all.
So recently I was ranked India's funniest partially blind English stand-up comic. Thank you. Yeah. Then I realized I was the only one. So, thank you, sir. It's lovely being here. Honestly speaking, stand-up comedy is something which I love doing, and I came across it a few years back. I was doing various other things before that. I'll tell you about that soon. But the concept, the art form, as stand-up comedy as an art form, is still a little. Not underappreciated, but it's not known to many people, and they get a little bit confused as to what to expect. I got a call from a lady recently. She asked me to come and perform for her kitty party, and I said, no, I have self-respect. I won't be doing this. So she offered me money, so I did it. So that's where my self-respect ends. And it was really weird because it was a very lovely person. I went to her house and I expected a basic requirement of a stage and a microphone and something where they can hear me. I got mango juice and a garage to perform in with about 10 ladies who were just giggling all the time in their mid-40s. It was lovely, dream come true. And, and the best part about it is that I started my performance, my stand-up comedy performance, and 5 minutes into the comedy show, I hear a lady from the back going, "Why is he still talking?" At which point I realized, when they said performance, they expected something else. I don't know if these tight jeans gave it away, but I'm not that kind of man. When I was 8, I was diagnosed with an eye condition called juvenile macular degeneration. It's for short, it's JMD, juvenile macular degeneration. I'm sure many of you know it. For those of you who don't, it's basically where I've lost central vision in both eyes, but I have peripheral vision in both eyes. It's good because I've gone on quite a few blind dates, and realized later that it's men I'm with. And it's weird because I used to go on these dates, and the best part about going on these dates is I used to go earlier, so I sit in the right table, because I've been on situations where I've been at the wrong table with a couple for like an hour, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't realize, I thought it was just 3 of us." People are into that these days. I didn't realize that it was an open invitation. But the nice thing about this eye condition is that I get to see a little bit. I am partially blind and not fully blind, and I get to see a little bit. But the believability factor is a little bit hard to explain to people, especially when people. I think the best thing this conference is going to increase is going to increase dialogue and conversation, and I think it's much more interesting for us and much more. Better for us if people ask us what the problem is as opposed to making assumptions. And it's nice when people come and ask me, they're like, "What condition do you have?" And I say, "I have juvenile macular degeneration." They're like, "Wow." Because they have no clue what it is. And they come back the next day after reading up on the situation, reading up on the condition. Next day, they read up on it online. And they come back the next day and say, "You have juvenile macular degeneration, right? Eat spinach." So, I'm not Popeye, my friend. But anyway, it's like the solution. I didn't know that, really. And they send me for faith healing. Some people send me for faith healers. And it's lovely, faith healing. I think to each person his own. If you believe in that, or you believe in that. And this, you always go with faith. As you can buy it at the shop, go with faith, you'll be fine. And I went to this faith healer, and I stood in front of him, and I said, I'm here. He said, no, don't worry, my friend. Don't worry, son. I will cure your eyesight. I said, how did you know I had an eye problem? He said, because I'm sitting here. And I said, oh, sorry. It was weird. So needless to say, he said I was cured. I turned around and I tripped. I said, really? And he said, no, okay. So things happen. The beautiful thing is people don't believe me when I tell them I am partially blind, because, I don't, from first looks, I don't look like I'm a person who needs assistance. Typically, when I tell people I'm partially blind, I'm partially blind, the first response is, why? I don't know, I slept with your daughter, I don't know what the reason is. No, the second thing is they're like, wait, if you're blind, where's your guide dog? Where's your cane? I'm like, uncle, I can't find them. And they don't, so it's hard, the believability thing, because in Indians' minds, everything's extremes. Everything's extremes. Either you're blind or you can see. Either you're in a wheelchair or you can walk. Either you're retarded or you vote for Rahul Gandhi. It's two extremes, right? It's just two extremes, and oh God, I'm glad the politicians left. But what I've realized is there's a lot of competition, and I think people do tend to sort of generalize the disability community as one. And definitely, hello, yeah, definitely. I think the politician joke, something's happened. The mic's cutting off now. We are definitely one group and working towards one cause, but having said that, there is competition amongst us as well. I remember when I was growing up, my mom used to come and tell me, I want you to do something with your life, grow up, be someone who works hard. And I used to always say, no, I can't see, and I used to use that as an excuse for my inactivity. And I realized South Indian community, especially because I'm South Indian, the aunties especially have one approach for dealing with disabilities, right? It's not necessarily organizing committees, organizing workshops, organizing awareness programs. Their one opinion and one approach to disabilities is Papa. It's like, it could be anything. He can't see. Papa, he can't see. And I realized, right, my aunts in my community, I do have another disability which I don't really talk too much about to people because it sort of offends them. I am Brahmin. So, genes. Do we have other Brahmins over here? All right, time to have a caste party. What do you say? Let's do this, right? And I would love to see my ancestors party. Bunch of Brahmin boys get together. Hey, Sridhar, let's party. But wait, man, we can't drink, we can't eat meat, we can't smoke. What shall we do? Let's read. Very good. Very good. Bro, this is an epic. Yeah, it is an epic, idiot. It's Ramayana. Thread is longer than yours. Anyway.
Being an immigrant, people will ask me weird competition questions all the time, right? My favorite one that I get that people always ask me is people come up and they go, Chris, you're from India. Which country do you like better? India or America? Huh? Which country do you like better, huh? India or America? I don't know, Canada. You know how they say there are no stupid questions? Well, I found one. That's a fucking stupid question. They're two completely different countries. They're with completely different philosophies.